Hello, students. I hope you all are fine and fantastic. Um for your revision purpose during in this pandemic period, there is a video on power sharing of class 10th, the chapter 1 of political science. Before starting the chapter, I just want you to observe few of the or focus on few of the examples and the instances of your daily life where we used to see power sharing. The first example is our family, where we used to see that your mother is having jurisdiction or the power on some of the things of the family. Your father is also having such kind of a powers in the family, and your grandparents also used to take decisions, major decisions for the family. Okay, it's not possible that only a single person or only one elder of your family will take all the decisions for the family. If its situation will arise, definitely there will be the clashes. Because if your grandparents will take all the decision for the family, then your parents might feel that their authority is being undermined. In the same manner, if your parents will take all the decision for the family, then your grandparents can feel. So by this example, I think so you are getting what I want to say. Let's take the other example. That is our school. We are well aware that when you are in the class, then your class teacher is the person who used to maintain the record of your attendance, who used to provide you your mark sheets and lots of the tasks regarding that particular class in which you are being studying is being done by your class teacher. But just tell me, what about the other subject teachers? Are they not equal? Are they not having the hold on you? Definitely they are having. If your dance teacher will call you, then what do you feel? Will you not go to him or her? Definitely you will go, because they are also having the responsibility of your overall development. So every teacher in the school is having power sharing. By these two examples, you can understand that power sharing is something sharing the power, providing the opportunities to all the people of a particular institution, organization, that they can feel that they are the part of that organization or institution, and they are having the participation in the stake of that system. That is the power sharing. So CBSE begin this chapter with two examples of the two nations. First one is a Belgium. Here is the map of the Belgium, by which you can understand that Belgium is being surrounded by four other European nations: Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, and France. There are some facts which we have to keep in our mind, because 1 mark MCQ can be framed from here easily. First, that the Belgium is a small European nation. Second, it has borders with France, Netherlands, Germany, and Luxembourg. We have to keep this particular point in mind. And the way to keep that in mind is very easy. You can make a code. LG ka fan. We generally use lots of the products of LG at our home. LG ka LG ka fan. That L for Luxembourg, G for Germany, and fan, F for France, A is nothing, and N is Netherlands. Population of Belgium is 1 crore, which is half to Haryana, and Brussels is the capital city of Belgium. We have to understand the ethnic composition of Belgium. Before starting that what is the ethnic composition of Belgium, I just want you to know the meaning of ethnic. Just tell me one thing. If you visit to Rajasthan, how will you recognize the indigenous people of Rajasthan? Because nowadays, there is a globalization. In every nation, you cannot say that the people, the native people of that country are living. Lots of the people in the search of jobs, in the search of, on the purpose of traveling, just because of getting the education, are being settled in that country. In the same manner, in a particular state, we cannot say that the indigenous people of that particular states are living. Lots of the people from the other states also in the search of a job, for getting the better education opportunities, for because of tourism reasons, they have been settled there. So you have to understand one thing, that ethnic means that the indigenous people of a particular regions, those who are having the similar physical appearance, those who are having the similar food habits, those who could have the similar or same kind of a language, those groups are considered as ethnic groups. Like as if you'll go to Gujarat, you will find it out that the native people of Gujarat, their appearance is quite alike, same है उनका appearance, and in the same manner, their food habits, their language, they will speak Gujarati, their food habits will be similar, their language will be similar. So we can find it out, we can differentiate then to the people of Rajasthan. So ethnic groups are those groups which are having the similar physical appearance, they are having the common language. So that's why they are being different from other groups. Got it? So in Belgium also there was the ethnic composition. Like as Dutch people, those Dutch speaking people, those who were basically 59% of the total population, they were living in the Flemish region. Don't get confused between the Dutch people and the French people, that how many percent was of Dutch people and how many percent was of a French people where they were living. There is a simple way to learn that. It is that Dutch people were having the majority in Belgium and they were living in Flemish region. So we will keep that in mind, that Dutch people were having the flag, high flag. So definitely who will get the opportunity to put the flag high? Who is in the majority? Getting my point? So Dutch people were living in the Flemish region and their population was basically 59%. And second one were French people. French speaking people were living in Wallonia and their population was 40%. Rest 1% population of Belgium was the German speakers. Got it? So what was the problem? Let me to introduce you with the problem, that what was the problem. Look this map. The yellow portion of the above side is a Flemish region where who were living? Dutch people were living. Then this is the capital city where I have started with the arrow, this one. This is the capital city Brussels, where the composition was quite different, because here the French people were in the majority. They were basically 80%. It means in Brussels 80% people were the French speakers and 20% persons were basically Dutch speakers. So in the whole country you can find it out the scenario was different, but in the Brussels the scenario is quite different. And this is the portion which is known as the Wallonia region, where you can find it out that the French speakers were living, and this was the portion where the German speakers were living in the 1%, those who were the basically 1% of the population. So when in the Brussels 80% French people were living and only 20% were the 20% were the French people. So you might have asked the question, ma'am, what is the problem with that? If French were in the majority there and Dutch were in the minority, then what's the big deal? What's the problem? So let me to introduce you with the problem. First of all, you have to understand this, that in the whole country, Belgium, the composition was that Dutch population, the population of the Dutch speaker was basically 59%. It means they were in the majority. But in Brussels, French speakers were in majority. They were basically 80% of the total population. So what was the problem? The problem was that in Brussels, French people, those who were the 80%, they were rich and powerful, but the Dutch were poor. The reason behind is that Dutch people get the opportunities, educational and the job opportunities, very later in the comparison to the French people. This but created a kind of a tension between the Dutch and the French speakers during 1950s and 1960s. The reason was that Dutch people started to feel that we are basically the majority in the nation, but we are poor. And look at the people, the French people, those who are in the minority, they are rich and powerful in Brussels. So they started to feel that being majority, we must be having these resources, but we are not having. So this created a kind of a tension between the Dutch people and the French speakers during 1950s and 1960s. But what has happened? Before these kind of a tension could be changed into the civil war or could be become more bitter, the leaders of Belgium focused on one method that is known as the accommodation in Belgium, or we can say that the power sharing method of Belgium. What they did, what they did to decrease this tension, what they did to create a harmony among Dutch and French people. So let's have a glance over that. Basically, Belgium, the leaders of Belgium, they amended their constitution 4 times between 1970s to 1993, and they put some changes in that. First one, they decided that there will be the equal number of ministers from both French and Dutch communities in the central government. They decided that no matter that Dutch people are, Dutch speakers are in majority in the country, or the French speakers are in the minority, they decided that there will be the equal number of ministers from both the communities in the central government. It's a nice idea, definitely. The second point they decided was that some special laws, if the parliament have to make some special laws, then the parliament would need the support of the majority of the member from each linguistic group. It's one of the very fantastic thing which they have thought. The reason is that if they wanted to bring any law which will somewhere affect um, Dutch people or the Dutch speakers, then definitely they need the majority's support from each linguistic group. It cannot be possible that the French, because the problem of the Dutch speakers will be understood by those people only, not by the French ministers. So that's why they decided that if any particular law will be passed, then the majority members from each linguistic group will pass that. Then only that act will become a law. Third point was that now they made the state government autonomous and they got many power. Means to say, like it was just because of Brussels, because Brussels was having the different ethnic composition. So that's why they decided that every state government will be having its own powers and it will be independent. Okay. Fourth point, they made a separate government, especially in Brussels, where the equal number of ministers were from both French as well as Dutch communities. Here, the French people were ready to accept this because whether they were because 80% of the population in Brussels were of French people, but here they were ready to accept this change because in the central government they were getting the equal position. So in the Brussels, the French people, the French speaker accepted this proposal that there will also be the equal number of the minister in the parliament. And the fifth and the very important point is that they decided that each community, each ethnic group will elect its own separate community government, which will basically look into the cultural, educational and language matter. that how their culture have to be protected, what should be the measurement taken for the upliftment of education sector for that particular community, and how the language can be fostered, whatever the method they might be thinking. But it was a very fantastic thing which a Belgian did. That was that they decided that each community will elect its own separate community government. So this question can also be asked in 1 mark or in MCQ, that who used to elect the community government in Belgium. And the option can be the people from all over Belgium. Second could be only the Dutch people, those who were in the majority. And third option can be the French people because they were in majority in Brussels. And the fourth option can be that each linguistic group have to elect the community, its own community government. So you are well aware that the fourth option is much more better. Always remember, because now the board has decided that your first term would be in the form of MCQ. So I just request you to focus on these particular details, because such kind of a question can be asked. Okay. Now, what were the advantages of accepting such kind of a accommodation methods or such kind of a power sharing method in Belgium? Belgium avoided social conflicts definitely, because if all the people, all the citizens of the country would be treated in the proper manner or would be treated equally, then there won't be any kind of a problem. It has strengthened the national unity, and it basically check the civil war. Because if those tension could be longer, definitely it would have been changed into the civil war. So we have seen that how the political leaders of Belgium smartly avoided the situation of civil war and have made the country basically a united country, or we can say a strong nation. And nowadays Brussels is having the European Union's headquarters